my name is Haley, and for my midterm, I chose to talk about the article that went over We Want to Work with Our Friends. The reason I chose this article was because I felt very personal to it. Reading it made me feel like I was the kid. So first I want to go over some key points I found helpful. And then I'll be going over why I felt so personal to it and give a little bit about my personal background. So one of the questions she asked, it was, how can I increase participation in all class discussions by those less willing or able to risk and share? So something I thought for that is that it's going to be really hard to have kids break out of their shell, especially when they don't really want to talk in front of people or to people they've never met. So I thought one way you could increase the participation of it is to make sure, maybe not make sure, but to allow them to feel included into what is going on and what is being talked about. Sometimes it relates on a personal level, sometimes it doesn't. But it's kind of something you want them to feel comfortable and exciting that they get to talk about it. Another thing is you can probably work with them while doing it in groups. It could be with their friends or just one-on-one to somebody maybe they know. And that may be able to open up discussions in the classroom as a whole. But it's going to take a little bit, I believe, to get them to where you want them to be. And then another one I thought was good was, how can I help the students in my classroom feel comfortable working with diverse grouping of classmates and ultimately overcome, at least part of the time, their desire to always be with their friends. So that one's going to be a tough one as well, I believe. It's kind of hard to break them away from somebody or the group that they feel comfortable in, but I think it's always good to kind of do a rotational group work activity, maybe, to where you're having 4 groups and you have them rotate each group so they kind of discuss something different with different people. I don't know. Maybe another thing is you don't allow them to pick their own groups. Sometimes they're going to pick their groups to the people that they know the best, and that's going to be really hard for you to break away because they're comfortable with these people, so they're not always going to want to be with other people that they don't know. Another thing I think would be good is to do group activities that can be fun. So they feel a little bit more comfortable with working with people that they don't know. I think it's important to do group activity, but not always allowing the students to work with their peers that they already know. I think it's really good to have them branch out to different groups because it also gets them to meet their other peers that they may not play with on the playground or have lunch with. I feel like I'm rambling on. But another thing I thought was really good while reading this is she kind of threw her own perspective into it as well. So I feel like I want to throw my perspective into it. As an elementary kid or still in high school or college, I'm someone that loves group work. I love working with another person because I'm able to pick up different ideas and perspective of things when in reality I may not understand or have caught it myself. So I think group work is huge. But for someone who is so outgoing, I'm not scared to speak to anybody. I'll make friends. I enjoy talking. So the whole COVID thing and having to do it all online is actually really hard because I'm someone that loves to be in person and communicating with others. So when we had to do this and I read this article, I thought it was really good because it kind of made me feel like, wow, this is very important. And you brought it to our eyes to where not everybody thinks group work is important. It's very important to me and I enjoy it. So it was my favorite article out of all of the ones we read so far. So thank you for sharing that with me. And again, I think group work's very important for people who need it. It allows them, again, to open up and meet other people.